It's Tuesday night, the 31st of March, which is day 91 of my journey to alignment. 91 days of living the dream. Tonight is the last day of March, and so it's time to do a recap of all that I was able to get done during the entire month of March. I took a couple of days to review the month, and then I typed out right here on this list all the things that I got done. So here goes. I searched and found my book for March that I wanted to read. It's called The Laws of Success. Right here, The Laws of Success. I came up with the name for my podcast series. I'm calling it Living the Dream Coaching Mindset is Everything podcast series. I completely produced 3 episodes for that series during the month of February, and I completed episode 4 for the series, Win the Morning, Win the Day, during the month of March. So I now got 4 completed podcasts. I also came up with several more titles for additional podcast episodes so that my titles list has a total of 30 episodes. It's right here. Okay, they're all right there. Man, done. I changed my coaching package from Braden Coaching to Living the Dream Coaching. I'm so glad that came to me. Anyhow, and I got the domain name. I told you that story too. $15 versus $75,000. Anyhow, in February, I only had the script for 1 lesson of my 12 lessons package written out. But in March, I finished lesson 1, writing that out and producing it and recording it and building it out. And I also recorded and built out 5 more lessons for a total of 6 completed lessons, all built out and recorded and saved as a video. It's so great. I completed lesson 6 in just 1 day of working on it. This is my highlighted 6. Remember, I've been highlighting it. Half of it's done. Check, 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 check. Done. I also wrote the rest of lessons of the 12 lesson scripts, so I have all 12 lessons written out. And like I said, the last lesson, lesson 6 that I finished up, I did it in just a short time, as just 1 day. Here's the original coaching package outline that I did. If you remember that, there's 3 pages of that, all scribbled out, 3 pages of that. I wrote that out when I started this process, but in March, I got so much done that I'm down to just 1 page. 1 page of that outline for my coaching package. Bam, done. I also came up with an additional new content idea that I'm calling Insights into the Minds of Successful Business Owners. This will be a series of interviews with successful business owners, starting with local ones here in the neighborhood and around that I know, and I'm going to expand out through the state and then to every state across the country. Well, they'll share their stories of success, and that'll create a mind meld or a mind set of folks that are very much so of the like mind. I guess it's a mastermind, you could call it. And I got that list here, right here. Nope, I didn't. So I also expanded my book reading list right here. That's what I was looking for. My book reading list. I'm up to 17. I'll get up to a total of 25, hopefully by the end of April, so I can have those all laid out and ready to go. During March, I did 31 video journal entries, and for the most part, I took each day's failure and turned it into a tool of success for my success toolbox. Kathleen and I invited 2 couples to come visit at our home in the month of March early on, but due to the coronavirus, that little process of socializing had to stop with the distancing thing, and that's okay. It's done for the rest of April, and we'll see if I can pick it up shortly after that. We'll see. Because of the coronavirus, Kathleen had to come home and has been working from home now for over 2 weeks. Due to the coronavirus, Kathleen and I are pretty much staying in our home, being safe, unless we have to go out for groceries or something like that. So I'm following the same rules just like all of you are doing. That said, we're being very careful, and I have to say I'm going to take advantage, though, of this distancing restriction by staying focused on getting the rest of my to-do list done so that I'll be ready to go once the virus effects are all past. In my mind, I think the coronavirus challenge and the changes it's bringing about is something that provides an opportunity for a lot of us and you beginner entrepreneurs as you start looking for ways to start your business once the economy is up and going and we get back to business with some form of normalcy. I talked about taking advantage of change or changes in my last lesson, and this is a perfect example of what I was talking about. Anyway, that's what I call a monster pile of pieces of my dream being attracted and manifested right through the portal of my mind and into the world of the physical in just 31 days. That's the laws of attraction and manifestation working in my mind in hyperspeed. Wouldn't you agree? That said, here's my power statement that I had for today. Finish recording all of lesson 7. Well, take a look at this. I did do that. Oh, I'm not going to take the time. I'm going to show you there was 18 recordings, 18 different segments. So here's my to-do list right here. I just had 3 or 4 things, and I, bam, got them done. Okay, let's answer Croy's get honest with yourself questions. What didn't go well today, Marty, or what could you have done better today? Did you wake up and start strong, bright and early? I did. Did you start your morning with power? Next, were you productive throughout your day? Did you get more important things done? Check, 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 check. Did you move your goals forward? Well, you just saw that pile. My goodness. Did you show up as the person you wanted? And what was your personal time with Kathleen like? Were you present? We had a great evening tonight. It was wonderful. Now combine all these questions together and ask yourself this question. Were you honest with yourself about today's tasks, Marty? In other words, did you keep your commitments you made to yourself? Just having that one important task of finish recording lesson 7 on my list, it may seem like a little piece of cake. However, there were 18 sections, like I said, to this lesson that I had to record. And so, no, it wasn't a piece of cake. But recording these lessons has gotten a whole lot easier as I've gone on, and now I've done 6 and have those under my belt. I'm so much more comfortable with it. The next thing Croy asks is, what was the one thing out of all the things you did today, Marty, that you know you can improve on going forward? In other words, did you have or did you experience any failures today, Marty? And if so, was it something you can turn into a tool of success going forward? Well, I experienced failure after failure and mistake after mistake all day long with each section of this recording process today. I might say that I bordered on being a perfectionist, but I pressed on and got all 18 sections recorded, and I'm feeling pretty good about them. But even in the face of all those do-overs, I think it made each one of those takes that much better. So the tool of success, of course, is the principle called practice makes perfect. I remember Denzel Washington saying in one of his speeches recently that if you're not failing, you're not trying. If you're not failing, you're not even trying. So fail big, he said. Don't be afraid to fail. Fail big and dream big. And so that's what I've been doing, and that's what I'm doing. And you should too. The next question is, what was my biggest success today? I think my biggest success today was staying focused on getting through all 18 segments of this lesson recording and not being distracted by those thoughts of sabotage or stinking thinking, because they were coming, that's for sure. And I'm sure that's what made me keep making a few mistakes. I just kept pressing forward until the job got done. Bam! Done! The next question is, what movies did you watch in your mind today, Marty? Did you make time for them? Well, besides my Fab 4 movies, that's what I call it these days, I've kept visualizing lesson 7 being done and being clicked on by my beginner entrepreneur clients, and then watching them and appreciating what they're saying and seeing all the helpful information that they get from that lesson. So that is so great. That happened all day long as I pressed through those 18 recordings. Next is, what's the one thing you did that made you feel successful today, Marty? As I finished saving that last segment 18, and I realized that I had done it. I got it finished. Lesson 7 was done and recorded. I got it done in one day, one recording, 18 sections. Now that was a fantastic feeling. I'm starting to get really comfortable, like I said, at this production process, and I'm really happy about that. Croy then asked, rate your day's effort. So I gave myself an 8. I say an 8 because of the retakes I had to do today. Even though pressing forward is a success habit, I can't help but feel like those mistakes weren't the level of doing a 10 quite that good a day. But I'm okay with it because each retake was better than the first take. The next question is, if this was the only thing you get done tomorrow, but you'd still feel like a success, what would that one thing be? Now put it into a power statement for tomorrow. So here's my power statement for tomorrow. Tomorrow being Wednesday. Start building out lesson 7. Building out lesson 7. I say this because I'm not sure how long 18 segments is going to take to build them out. My last 3 videos were 6 and 7 segments each, and so it's like building out 3 full videos. I'm not sure I can do that in a day. Anyway, we'll see. It stirs some competitiveness in me. Okay, let's end the day strong. What am I grateful for today? First of all, I'm grateful for sugar-free fruit-flavored powder for my drink as I work. Let me show you this. It's right here. Let me explain. I say that because drinking soda with all its sugar isn't good for me, but this gives me a little flavor to my water, and it's sugar-free. It takes just a minute to mix, and I'm good. Next, I'm grateful for the law of giving. A doctor by the name of Dr. Chopra writes today, bring whomever you encounter a gift, a compliment or a flower, and then gradually receive gifts as well. Or gratefully receive gifts as well. Wealth is not measured in money. It's measured in affection, appreciation, caring, and love. Some of the poorest people in the world are the richest in heart. It's all a matter of perspective. Giving, simply put, is as beautiful as it is powerful. Giving, simply put, is as beautiful as it is powerful. I'm tired, I'm sorry, but that's okay, I'm pressing through. The law of giving is actually a cousin of the law of attraction. Whenever you give someone something, a hug, a smile, or money even, you receive back or attract an immense sense of gratification. And then, often, without warning, you attract a constant flow of hugs, smiles, and even money. And lastly, I'm grateful for history. I say history because with it comes the experience of millions of people who have gone before me. Another word for history is experience. So, to try and live successful by oneself alone without any experience or history, whatever, would be impossible. It would also be incredibly lonely. If a man were to only be the one person on earth and knew no history, how could he know by mere reason alone that ice, for example, is the result of freezing water, and that glass, which looks exactly like ice, is the result of heating sand? Or who would be able to know without experience or history that bread is proper nourishment for a man or a dog, but not for a horse or a lion? Who could tell that if a little spark of fire could escape from the fireplace, it could eat up an entire house and leave very little in the way of remains? Or suppose someone asked you to carefully define and explain the passions of love and hate, or to explain how a human being would behave under the pressure of great fear without any experience or history of such things. No one would be able to understand these feelings unless he had actual experience with them or had history to understand them. Thus, we see that much of life must be interpreted, judged, and guided by reason based on experience and history. So I love history. I'm grateful for the gift of experience. Okay, that's enough for tonight. It's another day of living the dream in the video journal that I'm doing day after day after day. Bam! Done. Every night. I'll be right back here tomorrow night at this same time and at this same exact place doing what I'm doing, and that is sharing once again my daily experience of living the dream. And so until then, I wish you continued success. Good night.